But don't feel bad.
The whole time I went.
Let's say that's another topic.
I think, we don't start.
The link below, do you see it? Why are you watching me still? You haven't clicked the link yet. Click it. Click it. Click the link right now.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go do something about this ear.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking loud. Am I talking loud?
You're not at all. I mean,
Yeah.
I think temporarily you can just put a little alcohol, little alcohol. It's gonna burn a little bit, and then tilt back over and let it come out. It's gonna do a little soothing.
Yeah.
But Google it.
That's why I stayed off of Google.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't want to start Googling a WebMD.
So you wear something in that ear every day?
I mean, my Bluetooth.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. That's not something. Yeah, I'd get that checked out.
I'm gonna go on Monday. I'm off on Mondays.
I would get
So I'm
that
gonna go
checked
check
out.
it out. I've been using this. I've been using these eardrops that I bought, and today it started feeling,
A little better?
better than before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something serious to me. Like that's like the progression of how people lose their hearing.
Really?
Yes.
So my coworker, she was like, "Do you have? Is your balance off?" And I was like, "No, my balance isn't off." And I was thinking about that too, because I was like, "Am I off?" But I didn't feel off. So
It doesn't mean that you aren't just because you don't feel it.
that's true. I could be off my my game. It's not good.
Yeah. So, listen, I literally just started walking a couple days ago. I had and my foot's all banged up because I twisted my ankle at this jazz festival I played at. Just walking in my car, putting some stuff in there and walking in grass, and then my heel sunk in the dirt and I rolled my ankle. And I was on platforms like pretty tall, and so because my ankle was like this, elevated, I just jumped back up, and the adrenaline, the excitement, performing, I guess I didn't realize how hurt I was.
Yeah.
I stayed in those heels the whole day. The whole day. Didn't even realize. But when I got home and I took that shoe off, and my foot landed flat, oh my gosh.
It hurt?
I couldn't walk after that.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like hopping around, and then I went to just a quick clinic because I didn't want to go to no hospital with COVID. I don't want to go to no. So I just went to a quick clinic, and they gave me some crutches, but I was in pain for a while, and I thought it was gonna be like 2 days.
Yeah.
It was like 2 weeks.
What?
Yeah, 2 weeks I was like wrapping my foot. It was different degrees of it, but for 2 weeks I was like, so something as small as a ringing in your ear, a little sprain, get it checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just get that checked out.
You said you used to work at Jones.
I did.
What did you do at Jones?
I taught band
Okay.
and orchestra.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How was that at Jones?
Well, I graduated from there, so it felt like a homecoming. Felt like going home. This is not our real recording, is it?
Oh yeah, we started already.
See, y'all are smart. I said they're smart. At first, I was like, he's just trying to get me comfortable, get me, just get me relaxed, and then they're gonna say, okay, we're gonna start now. Okay.
No, because people turn on when it.
I know, and I'm so glad because you know what? I'm really a real laid back, chill person, and I really just like to be chill. So
yeah.
I'm kind of that now. I feel more relaxed now that you said that.
What if we had wine on the show?
You should. I would drink some now.
Oh my gosh, I want to do it. I want to do it. I just haven't made that commitment leap yet.
Yeah.
I'm buying a goblet. So I think I may premiere my goblet right here.
Just don't do it for every interview, No? No, not every interview. Like, just kind of like feel like what is the person about,
Gotcha.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm not deeply religious.
Right.
My book is Christ-centered.
Yeah.
But some people wouldn't want that appearance.
Yeah, I got you.
And they'll go home and drink their wine in home and whatever,
Right,
but they know
right.
for religious mentalities out there in the world, like,
Yeah.
Bishop sipping wine,
Sipping wine.
that kind of a thing. So,
Yeah, I feel you on that.
just but I would have a glass.
And see me like My faith is in everything I do. My faith is in my music. Oh, we got to get back to your question. But
Okay.
my faith is in my music. My faith is on my platform. I talk to people that are faith, that have faith. And so it's in everything I do.
Okay.
But I don't use that in my branding.
Okay.
And the reason,
That's smart though.
and the reason why I don't do it is because people will typecast you.
Yep.
And I don't want that. I don't want to be typecast. But my faith is going to be in everything that I do because it's who I am. But you know, I don't want to be typecasted. So like, that's why I don't brand myself with it.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. And I'm in a similar world where I want to be an artist, and as an artist, I want to play whatever music inspires me.
Right.
And I think I have the liberty to do that because I believe I'm anointed to minister, but I'm also anointed to entertain.
Yeah.
You can do both. And most people don't know that there's a grace, that you can have both and you can do it seamlessly.
Yeah.
And, you know, I want to be free.
Yeah.
That's my whole aura is just being free. Free to be exactly who I want to be without any religious constraints.
Yeah.
So that's my personal goal too.
I told one of my friends, I said, you know, when it comes to doing music, because like my music has shifted, you got to remember, like, yeah, you know what your passion is for, you know what you do it for, and you get, so let's not even get on that. I said, by the end of the day, it's still entertainment. It's an entertainment field.
Yep.
You may have your feel on it and your faith and all of that, and that's fine, keep that. But remember, it's still entertainment, whether you present it that way or not. You can't control how it's consumed, and people will consume it as entertainment. Like I was playing the game the other night. I was playing 2K.
Okay.
And I was so I'm playing basketball, and I'm on the headset with my brother and just some random guy that's on the headset, and he's listening to some hip hop, and it sounded like this Christian artist named NF, and I was like, yo, is that NF? But as I kept listening to, and he didn't hear me ask me the first time, as he's still playing the music, and I hear the dude start cursing, I was like, oh no, that's not NF, because NF is a Christian artist. And so, but I still wanted to have the conversation. Right. So when I got his attention, I was like, yo, is that NF that you listen to? He was like, no, that's not NF. So he tells me the artist. And by that time I knew it wasn't NF, but I wanted to have the conversation. So we're talking more about it, and he's like, oh yeah, but I know who NF is though. Like I like his music. He was like, yo, I told myself I would never listen to a Christian artist. He said, but that guy's just so good, and now we're having a conversation. Right. You have to remember that no matter where your heart is at with it, you don't know how it's going to be received. So you still want it to be entertaining. And that's the reason why I don't use it in my branding, because I still want to be able to reach people without them having that preconceived stigma before they hear me.
And I've thought about that. Like I want to write more. So the one book I've written so far is my story, is my testimony, is the whole embodiment of my faith. But I want to write about other things too. Yeah. And I think that, you know, that's the beauty of being artistic. If you're shining light, it can shine anywhere. But if you only want to reach people in a certain sect, then you're going to stay in that one lane and kind of just have to be open to doing more. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you limit the money that you can make. Let's be honest.
True.
But yeah, because like I tell my wife this, man, I love God, I just hate being broke. So.
And you know what? I actually had that conversation with, I think it was another musician. I think it was a minister. I had that same conversation with him, and I didn't mean to, but I just kind of blurted it out. I was like, yeah, but most Christians are poor. You know, and I didn't mean to be rude because I'm a Christian. I'm a believer. But we have the wrong ideology, and that kind of has to be transformed. We have to just change the way that we think and be great in the marketplace and not just great in Christendom. And if you're great in the marketplace, that's the greatest witness. The people with the greatest work ethic, people want to know, where does your drive come from? That's your witness. You know, it's like everything you just said. it makes sense now. I didn't presume you to be a religious person based on your platform or anything I had previewed before we met. But now hearing you say it, it all comes together, because it's like, okay, that's why he's so successful.
And we talked about this on the phone too offline, but
Yeah.
but just, you know, for the people that don't know, where did music start for you?
Yeah, well, for me, I think I like to coin it like it's my love story.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like to call it my love story, because I remember I was in about 4th or 5th grade, and they walked us to the cafeteria for this big assembly, and there was an elementary band on stage. And I guess I didn't know we had an elementary band, so perhaps the music teacher got a grant and they were able to get some instruments for the school, because typically here in Florida, some southern states, they don't start students on instruments in elementary. They may start them in orchestra, 4th or 5th grade, but they won't start them on trumpet and flute and saxophone.
Wow.
They won't start them on those instruments. That's not the curriculum here. So that really caught my attention. And I remember sitting in the back of the cafeteria, and I saw someone walk on stage with a saxophone. Now, I don't know why I knew, but I do remember knowing that was the saxophone. And for me, it was love at first sight. So it was like my love story. It was like I saw it and I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
Yep. And I joined the band in elementary, and I said, I want to play the saxophone. And they said, you could play the trumpet. They said, you could play the trumpet. We don't have any more saxophones. And so I just humbly got in and started playing the trumpet.
Yeah? So you played the trumpet?
I played the trumpet, and I played the trumpet a little bit in middle school, probably 6th grade, and it just wasn't a good fit for me. It wasn't, I didn't like the whole, the whole feel of it. So eventually, I just kept telling my parents, I want to play the saxophone, and so my dad surprised me for Christmas, and he walked out of his bedroom, and he was blowing the saxophone. Yep.
Does he know how to play?
No. He was making noise on the saxophone. It was like a whole bunch of honks and squeaks. But I knew he got me a saxophone.
Wow.
And so that was just the start of something really special for me. I just used to practice a lot, and I was playing in church with my dad, who plays piano and organ.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm a retired evangelist. So
wow.
Yeah, I used to go to different churches with him. I would just play things by ear, and I used to play some Kenny G songs, because I wasn't allowed to play anything else. Yeah, I couldn't play real jazz.
No?
No, he didn't want his daughter playing sensual music, as he called it. Yeah, he was like, you can't play that music. But he said, but you could play Kenny G, because it kind of sounds Christian.
Oh, it kind of sounds. Doesn't he? He plays some Christian songs too, doesn't he?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. I think,
That's my mom's Kenny G?
Listen, I'm not a critic. I love his tone, and I think studying and imitating that tone helped me to have the tone I have today. And as far as I'm concerned, I love it. People love it. It works. Yeah. And it still is just a model sound. It's a great tone, So I just think that's what most people don't understand, the complexities of music. So hearing an instrument it has to be as close to the human voice for them to relate to, and they want to be able to hum and sing those melodies. So the more pure it is, the easier it is to kind of adapt to and kind of hum and sing along, and it's a little bit more digestible, So I try to keep things simple, but at the same time have some flavor with it as well, but try to keep things, that same approach, that he has.
I feel like that's completely necessary, because even the trailblazers or the forerunners of any industry or any culture or society, they followed after someone inspired that spark.
Yep.
Because you don't know something is humanly possible unless you've seen it done before, and then when you get into that industry, then you find ways to revolutionize it, reinvent it, or push it forward. But you got to come through something. How important is that for parents to like pay attention to their kids and water their interest seed? How important was that to your development?
Well, it made a world of a difference. To this day, like the investment that my parents have made in me, they are like the most important people in my life, even still. They're still the number one people that I call for just about everything. Whether it's music, I'm speaking directly with my dad. My mom's not really musically inclined,
Right.
But she's more of like the balanced one.
Yeah.
And so she kind of just helps to couple that music industry conversation that I have with the other parent. She kind of just brings you down to the practicality of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, my parents, I feel in my heart strongly like they were God picked for me.
Yeah.
Because like they're the picture of what I wanted to be.
You do hear some of those stories where a parent like forced their kids to do something and made them do it, and they were successful in it, but there's no fulfillment in it.
Right.
And I think that, yeah, you know, as cultures developed, you weren't always able to explore this expressive parts of humanity. You had to go to, there was no internet, there was no YouTube, there was no, so you really couldn't be as, you know, expressive that way. You had to work in this mill, you had to work in this plant, you had to go, you know, so, but as culture, society, you know, moves into different lanes, the desire to express, I believe, has always been in humans. You know, that's how cultures are born, because humans as humans, we have a desire to express in other forms. So I think that's important. But to see a child that, or an adult that parents paid attention to them as a child and pushed them into this way, then you see the other side of that adult. They kind of had to do what they had to do.
Right.
I guess that's interesting to me, because that's what I desire to do. Is seeing that, you know, you're the manifestation of parents that paid attention and allowed their child to. That's encouraging to me, because I'm like, okay, dang, yeah, so
Yeah,
I can do that.
you can do it. And I think the other thing to know is, even if you have the resources,
Right.
you have the ability to spend time and have those conversations and be involved and go to the field trips and go sit in the classroom, have lunch with your child at school. If you're able to make that investment and you have the wealth of opportunity to do so, that's wonderful. But there still could be a possibility that you're still not the one to help cultivate that gift in them.
Right.
And that's the beauty of community. That might be a mentor, that might be a coach, that might be a teacher, that might be a youth pastor, that might be an uncle. It could be anyone, but it's just about making sure that you create an environment that's nurturing for that child. Yeah.
I don't know if I told you, but I had a desire to play the drums at one point.
Okay.
My dad's a pastor.
Nice.
He had his church, and I played the drums.
Okay.
I got pretty decent. It took me a while to start hitting the bass drum. Like I would play and I would not use my right foot at all. I would not use it, and I would just play over here. And I remember someone came to the church, and I did it. You know, my dad needed someone to play the drums, so I did it. And we had someone come to the church, and they played, and they started using that kick drum, and I was like, oh snap! Like that's how you add that there? That's how you use it? And then, but once I found that out, oh my gosh, it just opened up. And like you were saying, it was like, but I started doing that. You know, my dad needed someone to play the drums, but for me, like you were saying, it was like a toy. Like I was like, oh my gosh, the drums.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was so cool that I could just beat this thing as hard as I can and make all this noise, and people liked it.
Double reward, right?
Yeah, because you could like bang it up. Let's go into some of the stuff that you have here.
Okay.
That's my jam. I done told you that so many times.
Yeah.
You got your single Feeling Good here. So let's start there. I guess talk a little bit about where that came from. And
well, I just honestly just kind of just practicing, and a nice little melody came to me, and I recorded it. And I just kind of, like most musicians, artists, entrepreneurs, planners, everyone, you have an idea, you jot it down, and you save it for later. And so that's what I did. So that's actually a melody from probably 6 years ago.
Wow. So you made that melody.
Gosh,
that's
so
real good.
I just made this little melody about
Yeah.
6 years ago, like I said, practicing, and I was like, wow, I made a nice little song, little tune here.
Yeah.
And I just recorded it and saved it, and just one day I just met a producer who wanted to work with me. His name is Jarvis Brown, and we just talked about all the different things that I wanted to do, and shared with him every little clip that I had, and he just listened to different things and gave honest feedback what he felt had great potential, and he said, I really like that melody. And I was like, really? Because sometimes you don't really realize like what you have is good. And I think we're our worst critics. We're our worst critics. We just don't realize like you have something golden. And really what's golden is you. And that's the part when you come to that full realization that it's not what you do. It's who you are. And you're golden. So anything you do is going to be loved and appreciated because you're the gold that people want to see. And I think I'm coming to that realization where you're a gift. You have a gift, but you're a gift, and you bring out the goodness in people because you make them feel good. You make them smile. You bless them, you minister to them, you give them entertainment, whatever the case may be. But so something as simple as a melody that came to me practicing, I shared it with the producer, and he's like, "This is a song. Let's make this happen." And we made it happen, and a lot of people like it. It's getting some traction, and on the radio couple times. I'm doing another promotion of it on the radio this Friday night as well.
Wow.
So so it's actually premiering the actual full album that'll be following with it. So that's my big goal is to finish up the whole jazz album.
The whole album.
But this is just a little teaser in between. So I'm excited about it. Like I literally feel like I'm living my dream.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So this one here, that was
actually
Mary
Did You Know? That actually was my first single. That was my Christmas single about 2 years ago. And I really love that one. People love that one as well. People have told me that's actually my favorite song. That's my favorite Christmas song.
Wow.
So I love that one. That one is really anointed. It's really anointed. And I just really, for me personally, like my faith, like it just meant a lot to me to do that song. So I really enjoyed that one as well. And that one was also produced by Jarvis Brown. So
now, Mary, Did You Know? That's the song that you like? You?
Yeah. I like what it's about. I like the message of carrying the Savior of the world. And the beauty of it, and the fact that everything spoken in that song is what was and what will be. It's just powerful to me. And for me, like when I'm playing music, I like to enter into this place when I'm playing, when I close my eyes and I'm no longer on a stage and I'm no longer thinking. I think that's my stumbling place. It's when I start thinking. I really start thinking, and I get too analytical. But when I get into that place where I just close my eyes and I just play for God, like what comes out of that is just pure. And if I have something that I'm focusing on scripturally, or in this case like that song, The Beauty of Christ the Lord, it just resonates as so much more truth to me. So that was really special, and I was so honored to do that.
That's cool. I like that one too. But I appreciate you sitting down here, taking your time to talk to me.
Absolutely.
So let the people know where they can find your stuff, how they can find you, follow you, and support you.
Absolutely. So I have a website. It's naomijoy.co. All of the products are listed there. They're also on Amazon.com and other global markets like Barnes & Noble, etc., iTunes, Apple Music for the music if you'd like to download. You can also stream it on Spotify. I love to give personal copies, so I spend a lot of time at the post office. I was there yesterday, so I mail copies of the book, and I sign them and mail copies of the CDs as well, because it's an extension of my heart. It's something I'm happy to give back to everyone. So yes, certainly.
yeah, so appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Sit Down. Make sure you reach out to the guest, support the guest. All her links will be in the description of this video. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. But you're a subscriber already, you know, watch my stuff and not subscribe. You're not that type of people. So thank y'all so much for watching. And we'll see y'all next time. Deuces. We fist pump, man.